Ben Mintz, Mintzy, he's been in studio with us at Barstool Mintzy with Barstool Sports. I mean, you're going to Omaha, Mintzy. You wouldn't miss this for the world, would you?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I leave tomorrow. I'll be out there for the opening ceremony tomorrow night. My trip's booked till next Friday, and the championship is next Saturday through Monday, so that's just going to depend on what fan base is in it. I feel like I'll probably stay the whole time if Ole Miss or Arkansas or A&M or maybe Auburn and, the A&M too, just the real big engaging fan bases. But, yeah, I can't wait to get out there, just so pumped. Went last year, last year was really kind of what launched me at Barstool was the Omaha trip. But I've been an Ole Miss season ticket holder a long time. We have a big tailgate in left field, and I feel like I've been really blessed to get to do so many things in the sports world. But I've never seen Ole Miss in Omaha because the year we made it in 2014, I was broke and back in school and couldn't afford it. So this is a super bucket list for me. I'm kind of losing it. I'm really excited.
Well, Brown and I were looking at a video during the commercial break. You said this is what sort of launched you at Barstool. Well, the video I saw, it looked like it almost got you fired at Barstool this time last year.
Well, it's called failing your way up the ladder. No, last year's Omaha, so it was really funny. So last year was really the first year that these books started having lines on college baseball. And, I've been a fan my whole life, but, I've never really handicapped it. And, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I took a bunch of favorites and just sucker bets. And, I got just destroyed. I think I might have gone 1-7 or 1-8 in my first 8 or 9 bets in Omaha. And it got so bad that Dave Portnoy was just, literally just dragging me on Twitter. And then, and then I did that video, a mid-game update during Vandy NC State last year when Jack Leiter I think he had a no-hitter. He allowed one hit at the time, and it was 0-0. And I literally, in the video, I'm like, it's a 0-0 game. The first run's going to win this game. It's a pitcher's duel. And then in the video, a 440-foot home run just flies by my head. And, you can't make this stuff up. And then NC State won 1-0. And I didn't know Vanderbilt's fan base was vicious, but the DMs I was getting from them, it was just unreal. I was actually kind of thankful it wasn't like Tennessee or Bama or Auburn, because I don't know if I'd have been able to walk in the stadium the next day. It was that bad.
Mintzy with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. So Tennessee was like this heavy favorite. Now that they're out of it, I was looking at the odds this morning to see how Auburn is. And, boy, it is bunched up, man. I don't even know how you pick a favorite out of this deal. Texas is the biggest favorite.
What's actually ironic is I learned from my mistakes last year, because Arkansas was the super favorite like this last year, and they lost to NC State in the super regional. So because Tennessee was so favored, I got some futures bets out that are phenomenal. I took Texas A&M at 60-1 when they beat Ole Miss last week in the regular season to win the SEC West. That's my biggest one. They're 8-1 now. And then before the super regional, Arkansas was still 25-1 before North Carolina. So I'm really pumped. I got A&M 60-1, Arkansas 25-1. Of course, I hope to lose both of those and see Ole Miss win it. But I've got a lot of equity and good sweats going into this thing for sure.
Here's what I want you to do, though. Portnoy was giving you hell last year because he spent money on that Arkansas gear. Now's your time to tell him to pull it out of the closet. He bought it a little early to get his money's worth. Pull that Arkansas T-shirt out.
Yeah, I was telling him I've got a really good relationship with Dave, but I was trying to hint at him, come to Omaha yesterday. He's like, look, I'm going to support the heck out of it, but that's not happening. But maybe he'll wear some of it. But Dave actually bet on Stanford 12-1 to win the title before last week. So I think Dave's probably going to be supporting Stanford against Arkansas because that's where his money is this year.
Ben Mintz, Barstool Mintzy with us for a few more minutes. Hey, but Ole Miss is such a crazy story. Bianco was getting fired, right? Right before the was getting fired.
What's really ironic about the whole story is if you weren't on the team or a player's family member or a coach, everybody else had run into the wit's end. That's what's so crazy about this. And look, it's weird. So baseball, the postseason, and you see it in this College World Series with the teams that are in there. Anything can happen in baseball postseason. Anybody can lose 2 games at any time. Over Ole Miss's 2 years of Bianco, 1-6 in super regionals, but have continued to get there over and over, and just it's been heartbreaking. And then now, after Ole Miss has made this run, they were the 64th team in the NCAA tournament. I literally was watching the selection show thinking there's no way Ole Miss is getting in, and they got the final spot. And then baseball, confidence and momentum go a long way. And the big thing that's turned this Ole Miss team around, they didn't have a clue who their pitching was all the way into the middle of the SEC. And they went from that to now they've just got a dynamic 1-2 combo, and Dylan DeLucia, the hard-throwing righty, and then Hunter Elliott, the freshman lefty, who's been a revelation. Went 7 1/3, 10 days, no runs against Southern Miss in the Super, and then he allowed 1 run against Miami in the regional. And so you go, you know how it is in baseball. You're as good as your starting pitcher the next day, and you go from no reliable ones to a dynamic 1-2 combo. Ole Miss can always hit. And then the other thing about this team, so much has to be said about Tim Elko and the senior leadership with him and Kevin Graham, because, I mean, there was more noise outside the building on this team than any I can remember. And to keep the team focused and block that out, I think is a testament to those guys.
You know, I don't know if Auburn fans would like you to pick them or not, but it doesn't sound like you're giving Auburn a shot at all.
I'm not saying that in the least. Look how hot Auburn is. I mean, you know, a lot of people were questioning when they got that 15 national or the 14 national seed, like, oh, how's Auburn hosting? I know they had a good year, but I didn't know they should be hosting. And everybody nationally was picking Florida State or UCLA in that regional, and Auburn beat the hell out of everybody. And, you know, that lineup's just really, really come alive. Dakara's been good all year, but the depth of it, Cole Foster especially, has been stepping up. And then I actually had Auburn plus 128 to beat Oregon State in that game 3. I wasn't surprised by that. I mean, they're a hot team coming in, and, you know, Ole Miss won 2 out of 3 at Auburn at the very beginning of SEC play. I don't think that means literally anything right now. I mean, it feels like a toss-up going in with 2 teams that got a lot of momentum in the postseason. I will say this, on the Ole Miss front, that Jerpy, the Oregon State lefty ace that beat Auburn in game 2, I was glad to avoid him because I thought he was the best pitcher left in the NCAA tournament. So that part I'm not upset about.
Now, when we really like somebody on the show, we occasionally will have some fun with them. A rock star does what I think is a pretty good Mintzy impersonation. Will you let Mintzy judge you, Rockstar? Can we get a Rockstar Mintzy, and you tell me how close the impersonation is? Okay, Mintzy, here we go.
Well, this is been told I'm beyond authentic, Mintzy, but
I'm just really excited about the baseball game. I'm super excited about the SEC and Ole Miss.
What do you think? Is that close?
It's close, but I think he sounds more like Coach O than me.
That is true. There was some Coach O in there.
That sounds more like he says. I consider Coach O like football. Go Tiger. I don't want to say that.
No,
but
that's pretty good, though.
Yeah,
that's pretty good,
Coach
Coach O.
I can do that one, but I think mine's has got like a little more like Coach O's got that like Cajun dialect, and I'm from North Louisiana with a little more Mississippi Delta in me, so I think mine's probably sounds a little more like redneck. But but no, but that was pretty good. It's funny up here. People do the impersonations all the time with me up here, and I mean, you know, I feel like it's imitation's flattery in a way. So, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing.
That's right.
Now, are you in your home or in your office? Are you at home right now?
I'm in the Barstool office.
Okay.
Brandon Walker's out right now. Actually, Brandon Walker, who, you know, obviously we battle all the time, but his dad died early last week.
Oh, no.
And,
sorry to hear that.
No, yeah. So he's been in Mississippi dealing with family stuff. And so I'm been hosting Pick Central, which is our show from noon to 1 Eastern every day. And then, you know, I'm interviewing Tim Elko and Kevin Graham, Ole Miss, for the Barstool blog later. And I'm doing I'm pretty much doing the South Car Wash, going on shows all day today to get ready for Omaha tomorrow. So, yeah, just up here, fly out tomorrow, like I said. And then I think it looks like I'm actually going to be out west for like 4 weeks because I'm going from Omaha straight to play the World Series of Poker in Vegas. So we got a nice, it's like the World Series squared, you know. So we got a nice.
Wow, geared up for the World Series of Poker. Well, good luck.
Like the T-shirt says,
yeah, I
man.
need it. I was a poker pro from 06 to 14, and I got 75th in the main event in 11, and I've done well in it a couple of times, but you know, I've got to prove to all these stoolies, you know, at 39 that I'm not washed up. So we kind of need to bring it. But I'm playing the main event on July the 6th, and I'm going to play some tournaments before that. So,
can you be washed up?
I feel like it's like.
Can you be
it's
washed
like the
up in
American
poker?
dream to go west in summertime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Can you be washed up in poker,
Yeah,
though?
I thought you could play poker at any age.
Yeah, no, I know. They have all these young. It's kind of like golf in a way, where you see all these really good college golfers coming out now. They're just like so many of them. Poker's kind of like that too, where there's just all these young wizards that just come off the internet that just keep coming and coming and coming. So,
Wizards.
I'm looking forward to the poker thing too. like I said, I played 6 main events and I've cashed, done well twice. And in my lifetime, I'm like a $60K winner in it. So at least I can always show that I'm profitable.
Hey, go check out your boy LT. Lance is paying off his bracket bet punishment. He's stuck in Kansas right now. He can't get back home.
Oh, no. Was he going to just end up sneaking over to Nebraska then?
I don't know. I don't know how he's going to work this, Mintzy.
He's already that Clay, that can't be. I mean, I know it's pretty spaced out. I'm probably saying that. And he's like 8 hours away.
Well, he's closer to Omaha than he is Birmingham. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, looking forward to it. Y'all think, what are y'all hearing? Like Auburn's fan base is going to travel good for this, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so, yeah.
It's the last person out of Auburn turning the lights out, absolutely.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I think it'll be well. Ole Miss as well too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because Ole Miss, realistically, it's football and baseball are the two. And Swayze, I mean, we draw 10,000 for big SEC home games, or we actually didn't this year because we fell off. So this team was 7-14 in the SEC with 39 days ago. So it's pretty. This is a pretty wild story that this is happening. But yeah, Ole Miss, everybody's going to come. Arkansas is only a 5.5-hour drive. Fayetteville to Omaha, they'll come. Auburn, Texas A&M and Texas and Oklahoma.
Yep.
And I mean, even Notre Dame, like Dave Portnoy looked at me like I was a moron 2 days ago, but I was like, will Notre Dame bring fans? He's like, what? Of course Notre Dame's going to bring fans and their national fan base and all. But I was like, I just don't know if they care about baseball. But he literally thought it was the stupidest thing he'd ever heard. So we'll see if he's right. But I think it's going to be really well attended. And like y'all said, I mean, everybody's between 4 and 8 to 1. I mean, I really think the Rebels got a shot to make a run at it. I don't want to say they're going to win it, but with that the 1 and 2 starting combo of DeLucia and Elliott, man, they can. I feel good about it.
Well, what's crazy is I saw it happen in 2009 and 2010 in college football. Alabama wins the national championship, and the next year Auburn clapped back. It would be the unbelievable clap back by Ole Miss to do it after state last year.
I literally can't even mentally process it because, as an Ole Miss fan, like last year in football, the 10 and 2, I mean, just magical. The first 10-win season in school history. So I've trained myself to be happy when we're good and competing in the SEC. A lot of these top SEC fan bases, they'll go 9-3 and the world's end. And so I've kind of trained myself to just be happy and enjoy it and all that. The thought of being a national champion makes my brain think about exploding. So I would love to.
At least it'd be something on that wall.
All right, Mintzy, be careful, man. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the poker. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. Let me know anytime. I enjoy coming on. And thanks for letting no Shelly and Dog on.
Yeah, that's it. It's only you this time. We weren't going to let that happen again. See you, buddy. All right, that is Barstool Mintzy, at Barstool Mintzy on Twitter. Ben Mintz headed out to Omaha, likes his Rebel chances.